class members and also anyone in the community that is also joining us today. I just wanted to remind you to please review the video that I posted last week regarding sale, the information about the class, also the disclaimer for fitness, and then just the instruction of what you'll need to grab to get started. So make sure that you watch those videos fully before we begin. And I'm just going to point out to you, like I said in the other video, just to point out to you visually, we have a chair, we have sets of weights, and this is going to be according to what you feel comfortable using. I here have 2, 3, and 5s. And then we have some ankle weights to strap around the ankles, if you have them, to add resistance for our lower body workout. We also have our water bottle, have that handy. And notice how I have everything tucked under the chair so it doesn't become a tripping hazard. Remember, SAIL class is a fall prevention class, so one of the things we'll be covering during class is how to prevent falls in addition to getting our workout. So let's begin. And we're going to begin with just a march step to warm up the body. Here we go. So just marching. Now I am standing in front of my chair so you can see me, but I might like you to stand behind your chair for safety. Let's take a couple deep breaths. And exhale it out. And again. And roll those shoulders out. Good, we're going to start a heel tap forward. And we're just swinging our arms naturally with this. 5, 6, 7, and let's step it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This step out can be heel tap or toe tap, whatever's comfortable for you. 6, 7, step it back. And notice my arms are just counterbalancing my movement. 5, 6, 7, let's bring those knees up. Maybe push down with the hands. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Kicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and out. And back like you're wiping off your shoe. I'm off with the count, but let's just stay with me because I'm the leader here. Good, now kick it forward. Knee up, sorry. Now kicks forward. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Take it out, kick it out. Doesn't have to be high. Try to keep it lateral though. So toes forward. 2, 3. Notice I'm just penduluming my arms to help counterbalance. Kick it back, press back. 2. Remember, this is just a warm-up song, so we want to keep the arm movements pretty simple. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Back to those knees up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now just march in place. You can roll the shoulders again. Big breath. And exhale. Okay, we're going to start a march and add on some arm movements. So you can stay facing me, depending on the space around you. If you've created that space around your chair like I recommended, we can walk around our chair with this. Good, get ready. We're going to punch it out and up, okay? Ready, here we go. Take it out, up, out, up, out, up. Whether we're marching in place or around our chair, let's make sure that we're picking up those feet and walking heel toe. Make sure you're breathing. Good, we're going to take it the other way now. Forward, up, out, and down. Forward, up, out, down. Notice how my hands come right in front of my shoulders between each move. This might be a little faster movement than you're able, so just do your best. Down. Let's try to circle with it. Forward, up, out, down. 2, up, out, down. 3, up, out, down. 4, up, out, down. 5, up, out, down. 6. Did you notice I went the other way this time around the chair? Just to even it out. Last time here. Good. Now heel forward arm curl. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now you might want to just do this really purposeful movements. And be careful with that shifting of weight. Or some of you might have a little more energy and add a little tiny bounce, but still landing heel toe whole foot. 4, 5, 6, 7. And we're going to step it out. Press out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And notice I'm keeping a nice straight line between the shoulder and the elbow. That's what we want. If your elbows are tipped down a little bit because it feels better there, that's fine. Take it back, step back, and we're doing a tricep kick back. So it's bending with the arm, but not swinging the elbow forward and back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Once more here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now knee up, cross in front. 1, 2. And squeeze your pecs. Stand up tall. Only lift that knee as high as you can safely for your back. Give it abdominal support. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And back to marching. Good. This time we're going to do 4 different arm parts, arm movements, and 4 reps of each. 4 sets of each of 8 reps, excuse me. Just marching, finding that rhythm in the music, whatever music you're using. Get ready, arms are here. We're gonna press it forward. Press it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And again, you can march around your chair if you prefer. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now press it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And now out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Last 8 here. 1, 2. Maybe feeling those shoulders now. 5, 6, 7. Now take it down, arm curls. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Notice how those elbows and upper arms are glued by our sides. It's just bending and straightening the arm. Feeling that bicep muscle start to warm up. 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Good. Now to press, kick forward. Press it. 1, 2. Remember, this kick can be low. Keep it safe. 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you can, a full range of motion, pressing those arms forward, feeling it in your pec and upper back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Once more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now half jacks out, arms out, alternate the leg out. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Get ready to lift thumbs in front, kick back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2. And again, I do recommend you be behind your chair. That way, if you feel like you need to hold on and just do the lower body movement, that's the more important part. That keep those feet moving. And also, it's gonna keep you safe from maybe backing up and kicking that chair. I'm watching mine. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're going to climb a ladder. Right knee, left arm up, up. Reach, alternate. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to keep going even if the music stops. 3, 4 for those 4 sets. Keep it going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. March it out. March it wider. And in. 5, 7, 8, and out. 5, 6, 7, 8. Bring it in again. Warming up our thighs. If you can, start to sit down into it. Low as you can and stay there. 5, 6, 7, 8. And come up slow. Use resistance. March it out wide. 6, 7, 8. And down. Do that sumo wrestler. Stay down there. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. Up slow. And let's take it punch across. 7. Keep your core tight here. You don't have to tap your foot. You can just pivot the hip with the movement of the arm across. Get ready, we're gonna press it overhead with some leg curls. Here we go, here up. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna turn around so you can see what my legs are doing. 5, 6, 7. Turning back to you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's reach for those ankles in front. So it might be your shin or your calf, or your inside of your knee even. Don't compromise your good posture to reach those feet, okay? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're gonna pull down, step back, reach it up, step back, pull it down. Side view. 5, 6, 7, back view. And working my way back to face view. 5, 6, 7. Windshield wiper arms out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Notice again that shoulder to elbow levelness. And again, maybe angle down if that feels safer. Once more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now get ready to reach out for doorknobs. Heel forward, twist the doorknobs. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Keep going with me. 2, 3, 4. Find that music. Let's get ready to reach under the thigh. Knee up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3. Tummy tight here. Don't worry about how high you lift your knee. Make it safe for you. Nice, strong, upright posture. 5, 6, 7. Now, let's pull up with heel coming forward again. Just giving those shoulders a little break. 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Our next move, we're going to lift our right arm up as we step our right leg back. So we're really opening up that right side of our body. So let's stretch it. Giving that side view again. I call it splitting the arms. Just go the range of motion, you feel safe. But it really opens up that psoas, or hip flexor muscle. And remember, hip flexor is really important muscle. It helps our posture. It helps us walk. And it connects the lower and the upper body together. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and march it out. Our next move we're going to do is a step touch. I'm going to be going to my right. Ready, here we go. Right and left. And just let the arms sweep side to side. Give the shoulders a little break. You can put put your own personality into these movements. Doubles right, right, 2, 3, 4, and left, 2, 3, 4, right. Just step together, step together. The toe you tap on 4 is the one you step out with again on the next step. Count. Count again. 1, 2, 3, tap. 5, 6, 7, tap. 1, 2, 3, tap. 5, 6, 7, tap. And notice we're not crossing our ankles or our knees here. This is keeping those joints safe. Back to step, touch. Sweep it. Step, step, touch, step, touch, step, touch, step, touch. These lateral steps are important, not only for the muscular structure supporting our hips, but they're really good balance because we actually do a lot of this kind of movement in normal life. 5, 6, 7. Let's take it back to march. 3, 4, 5, 6, and down if you're up to it. And hold it down there. Come up slow, use your muscles to resist. Muscles in those thighs and glutes. Step it out. And down, if you dare. Stay down, sumo. And up slow. And bring it back in. Good job. How much time?
You're already at 22 minutes.
Okay. Okay, hopefully you've kept your marching going. We don't ever want to do aerobics and just stop. So we use our dynamic balance as a cool down also. So let's just start to walk in a circle around our chair. And you can take this first couple circles to just kind of roll your shoulders out, release any tension from all that upper body movement we did. Good, let's go the other way. Remember to breathe. You can also lift your elbows out and circle your arms if that feels good. Good, now we're going to begin to walk and turn our head to look one way, and then about every 3 steps, turn to look the other way. So you're looking over your right shoulder, and then your left, your right, and then your left, and let's turn it around, go the other way. Look over your right, and then your left, right, and remember picking up those feet, stepping heel, toe. Last one. Good, now we're going to begin stepping over obstacles. So picking up your foot and stepping in front of you. So this is as if you were stepping over an obstacle. Try to make it something in your mind that would be practical in your life, in your yard, in your home. So you get used to this movement. In addition to the muscle memory of doing the movement, your body will strengthen in those core muscles. Now we're doing a heel-toe walk. So walking one foot right in front of the other, heel right in front of the toes. Doesn't have to literally touching the toes, but whoops, walking heel-toe. And again, step heel and then toe. Place the heel in front of those other toes and step. So keeping as narrow a stance as you can. Now we're going to take that backwards. So this is where you might want to place your hand on your chair, which you could have done the whole time. Toe behind the heel. This one takes a little bit more practice. A little more concentration perhaps. Remember to stand up tall, keep your belly back. Pick up your inner thighs. See, those weights are broken out. Need to fix that time. All right. Good. Now, we're going to take it to behind our chair, and we're going to go over the obstacle side to side. So I'll step off to the left here so you can see me. Step over and over. Step over and over. This does not have to be rushed. Take your time to set both feet down. You can use imagination that you're stepping out of your shower or your tub. Tub would be a bigger step, right? Maybe in and out of your car, over something in your garden, whatever applies. Good, now we'll walk in a circle, either just right behind our chair, one direction for about 4 times. Picking up those feet, let the toes lead the way, the head will be the last thing to follow. So you can even use what we call a spot turn. Look with your eyes until the last possible moment. And now we'll turn and go the other way. We want to go about 3 or 4 times in each direction, depending on how fast you're going. And you can even walk around your chair for that. Good. Now our last dynamic balance exercise, that just means balance movement or balance in movement. Okay, so last one is our chair stand. And this is one of our exercises we do as hold on a sec, I'll think of it in a minute. So sitting up tall, pulling back on your belly, get ready, set, on, now, go. We're gonna go 30 seconds. So all the way up, open hips, feel your seat tuck under, and then sit down to feel yourself sit upright. And we want to make sure that when we first started, our knees were behind our toes. Keep those abdominals strong, pulled back. Try not to use momentum such as this, rocking the feet up, and a little bit of movement back to engage your abdominals is fine, but let's try not to lift those feet. And last one, to stop. Okay, so that's it for the dynamic balance. Let's go into our static balance. So this means standing in one place. So typically we will do these with our feet in a very narrow stance, maybe even all the way together. If that's hard, take it about hip distance apart if you need to. All right, we're going to start with a clock sway. So standing up tall, just shoulders over hips, hips over knees, which are soft, and knees over those heels and ankles. And then keep it up tall. Shift your weight forward toward your toes, and then right, and then back, and then left. Now, I'm not holding onto my chair, but I do recommend that you be near your chair, either right next to it, like I have my hand here, or right behind it, so you can place your hands on it, just in case you feel like you've moved past your limit of stability and stumble a little bit. I'll go and show you what that looks like, so you know it's nothing to be afraid of. It just means you move past your limit of stability. It usually happens to me when I go back. Guess what? I just step back. No big deal. Okay, so just trying to find your edge of stability. See, I lost it again. That's okay. We're just working on finding that. This is from the ankles, not from the knees, the hips, or the waist. So stand up tall as you do it. Okay, we're at center again. Knees soft. So as we twist the spine, the rib cage floating around the spine, we're allowing those joints from the hip, knee, and ankle to be soft so we don't strain the ligaments, but keep those knees stable. And breathing. Doesn't have to be fast. In fact, I encourage you to move with awareness, and usually that means you slow it down. Good, and come back to center. And we're gonna do a heel toe stand. Earlier we walked around the chair, we walked around the chair, heel toe. Now we're just gonna stand. So toes right in front of the heel, shifting the weight so you feel the weight in both feet, pulling up through the body, hips open, rotating out, inner thighs pulling together, knees soft, chest up, shoulders down, belly back, seat tucked forward a bit. If this is a little hard for you at first, it does get easy fast. You just need to practice it. Okay, and then let's switch legs. And you always have that chair. And remember, if we ever get a little wobbly, all we have to do is step out. It's okay. It happens to all of us. Standing tall, always keeping those knees a little soft. Good, and let's step those feet together again. And now I'm going to come behind my chair. Actually, I'll turn it sideways so you can see what I'm doing. If I can, and keep everything under it. Okay, so for this, I'm going to step far enough back that when I push my hips back and hinge forward to get my back flat to the floor, I will have the chair if I need it for support. I'm going to try to get my ears down between my biceps. We don't need to go any lower than that. So this is a strong back. Check in with your legs. If you're up to it, lift up your arms. You can always set them back down on the chair. Notice my head is higher than my heart, so this is a safe way to fold. Keep your abdominals trimmed. You can always set the hands down or you can place them on your thighs. Let's stand back up to standing. And now we're going to reach behind us. So hold on to the chair if you need to. And actually, let's reach to the side. I'll turn face you. So this hand can hold on, and we're just reaching. So as we reach with this arm, we feel this side extend and stretch. Hang on to that chair there. Anchored into our feet. The whole surface of the foot. So the ball of the foot is comfortably spread out. That's why those open toe boxes in our shoes matter. So those toes can spread out so the ball of the foot can spread out. Let's come back up. And we'll do the other side. So I'll turn around for that. Feet together if you can, stand tall, hold on if you need to, reach. And this arm is just an extension of the spine reaching, and let the head be in line with the spine with that reach. We don't want to be here or here with the head of the spine is going that way. So all the way lined up, feet firmly planted. Good. All right, now upright. I'll turn this way just so you can see what's happening with my shoulder when I do this reach back. So holding on, facing your chair, take your left arm and just reach behind you. I want my hips to stay facing the chair, feet firmly planted, thighs strong, and then just opening out. You can let your gaze follow it, but we're getting a nice stretch through here. So this is one of many stretches similar to it that can really help stretch out these muscles that help our posture. It strengthens the scapular area in the back and stretches out the front. And good posture is an important part of our balance, and it makes us feel a lot better. Not just physically, but mentally too. Good posture builds confidence. Let's take it to the other side, reaching back. Remember to breathe. Good, and release that. All right, so our next static balance is balancing on one leg. So again, just either facing your chair or I'm facing you this way, holding on with one hand. Since I'm holding on with this hand, I'm going to leave this leg as my base leg and pick up the outside one. And notice I just picked up the heel. The toes might be gently resting on the floor, but I feel this leg and all the way up my body supporting me. So lifting up the kneecap to feel the quad engage, the hip open, so as to lift, the spine lifted, the shoulders always down away from those ears. You can also turn it out if that feels good to you. All right, so let's set that down and switch legs. So I'll just face this way to hold on. My left leg is stabilizing me this time. Pick up the right heel. Pick it up higher if you feel up to it. But again, that sense of pulling up through the body as you're planting into your foot. Knee soft. So the softness is behind the knee, but the idea of pulling up on the kneecap pulls up through these muscles to help you stay upright. And again, the more we can practice that good posture in everything we do, the better we will feel. Because good posture means balanced muscles. Balanced muscles means less pain. Let's take it out of that and walk it out. All right. So that's it for our static balance. So we're going to move into our weightlifting now. So let's come to our chairs and sit down. We're going to put our ankle weights on. And while we do this, I'm going to talk about a little fall prevention. So these are ones that we have here at the center that hold up to 20 pounds. Each little pocket can hold 2 little 1-pound rods. They open up this way. If we were to add weight, you'd open up this, stick weights in there. But we're going to wrap it around the ankle. And I like to do this first with my classes to get it out of the way so it doesn't become a distraction and a time suck later. So here we go. And then we're going to start with our upper body. So I mentioned we were going to talk about fall prevention. I'll do that as I do the upper body with you. So I'm going to go and use 5s today because that's kind of my light range. I do encourage you to start with your heavy range, and if you get tired, you can go down with your weight. But challenge yourself with that weightlifting. If you've been doing this a long time and you haven't moved up a pound or 2 in years, then it's a good idea to go ahead and do so, because we want to challenge our muscles to break the fibers so they rebuild and so we stay strong. And it helps our bone density, so really important, all important for our balance. Okay, wrists facing our thighs, sit up tall, belly back, curl. Notice a little twist at the elbow to get the inside of the wrist toward the inside, or toward the shoulder. Okay. So this is 3. And we don't want to swing the arms. So from the shoulder down to the elbow, glued by our side, just bending and straightening the arms with control and resistance in both directions. This is 5, 6, 7, 8. Now typically you just need to go to 10, but in my class we push those extra 2 if we can to 12, just to get that little extra out of it. But you don't have to. Good. From there we're going to move into a tricep move. So I'm going to give you a side view just so you can see what's going on with the spine and the elbows. So turning sideways, we're going to hinge forward. So you can place your hands on your lap as you find that. Make sure you're pulling back on your belly and lengthening your spine. So we don't want to be here and we don't want to be arching. So just nice belly back, hinge where you feel safe, elbows by your side, hands pulled up by your hips. And then we push back, straighten, bend, straighten, squeeze those triceps, bend, straighten, bend. And I'm going to turn around because I'm hitting the chair. This is 5, 6, 7, and I like to exhale as I squeeze a muscle. 2 more. Good, let's sit up tall and back to those arm curls. Curl 1. So notice we're working the opposing muscles with 2 sets. I've just found that not doing the same exercise 2 sets in a row is a little bit more comfortable for my class members. So working the opposing muscles is a good way to kind of mix it up while still getting a good benefit from the movements. Four more. Remember, this is just the last 2 to 12, so you can certainly quit at 10. Good, we're gonna go back to that tricep. So again, support on your lap, find your hinge where your back feels safe and supported and long, supported by those abdominals. Let's pull the hands up by the hips. Elbows are tucked toward each other, so we feel a little light squeeze in the upper back. This should feel comfortable. Push back and bend. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So when I'm saying the count, I'm actually breathing out. So just know that we're at 9, 10, you can stop there, or 11, 12. Good, sit up tall. Pull the shoulders out a moment if you need to. Now, let's do a lateral arm lift. So we're gonna lift the arms out to the side. And if you have normally we have a big class and we have to kind of stagger so we don't hit our neighbors. You don't need to worry about that at home. So take it up. If you've got that 3 feet of room around your chair, you're good to go. This is 3. Squeeze your deltoids at the top. Try to resist and hold it for just a moment before you release it down. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Good. Now we're going to lift to the front, and I recommend just lead with the head of the weights. 1. For most of us that have had shoulder injuries, this is just a safer way to do it. 3, 4, 5, 6. Let me finish this set. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Good. All right. We'll do another set in a moment. All right, everyone. Having our weights again, let's begin our shoulders. So we're going to be doing 2 different alternating shoulder movements, beginning with the lateral lift, taking the arms out to the side, about shoulder height and down. Take a moment to really feel those deltoid muscles, those big shoulder cap muscles that fill out our shirts. And exhale. Inhale down. Exhale. Inhale down. So move with that same resistance and control. This is 8. We'll do 4 more if you can. 2 more is fine though. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good, arms at your side. Now leading with the head of the weight forward to feel this in the front deltoids. Make sure you check in with that good posture, sitting up tall. Feel yourself pressing into your heels, lifting up through your spine, drawing back on your navel. And we don't need to lift too high here. Shoulder height, chin height is good enough. We're coming up on 10. 2 more. Good, and taking it back to the lateral lift to the outside for 1. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more if you can. Good, and back to that front deltoid lift. In front, 1. And the straighter you can keep your arms, the better for feeling some resistance. But if you need a soft bend in your arms to keep it safer on your shoulder joint, please do. But we don't want to lock the elbow either. Just as straight arms as you can go. And 1 more. Good. All right, let's get ready. We're going to be doing an overhead press next. I'm just going to adjust my hair, sorry. Getting hot. Okay, so from here, the arms are bent at a right angle. Let's go ahead and lift the elbows out and then flip the hands so they're going to push up toward the ceiling. We want those elbows back so they're lined up with our shoulders if we can. Don't worry if you can't go all the way straight overhead, but that's what we're aiming for. Exhale, press it up. Inhale, just bring it down with that resistance and control. Keep your abdominals trim, your spine upright. 4 more. Good. Now those are the 5 mandatory exercises in the SAIL program. My class, we throw in 1 more, and this is just to give ourselves a break between those 2 sets and still work the back muscles. So we're gonna hinge forward once again. That nice little spine, belly back, chest shining forward, and doing a rowing motion. Hands drop to the hips, elbows just pull back. So 2, 3, 4. Feeling this more in the lower in the back into the latissimus dorsi. We've got 2 more. Good, now we'll go back to that overhead. So set it up again. Good, press it up. For 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Good, and let's bring it in. All right, back to the row. So hinge it forward, make sure this feels safe to pull. 1, 2. So this is also a good movement to do because this is kind of a movement we use when we're pulling weeds out of the ground, and this is gardening season. So knowing that we can kind of strengthen those back muscles with our conditioning movements with weights, so maybe we won't be so sore when we're done gardening. We've got 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Let's set those weights down. Some people choose to hold on to one weight when they do their abdominal work, which we'll do next, but let's just go ahead and set them down, okay? So I'm going to turn around sideways just so you can see what sitting at the edge of my seat looks like. And then I'll turn back forward so I'll have that back of the chair behind me. But this sitting forward on the edge of the seat, the feet at a right angle or the legs at a right angle, the feet, so you can see the toes in front of your knees. Important there, good posture sitting up tall, hands will cross across your chest. And then when we go back, imagine the back of the chair was here. We go back toward the back of the chair, use those abdominals to come up. Okay, I'll turn back to front, sitting at the front edge of the chair here, and let's do these together, okay? So sitting up tall, inhale, let's go back, exhale, taking those abdominals to bring you up. And so remember, just like the chair stand, this movement using these strong muscles in our core, our abdominals are some of the biggest core muscle group, and also those lower back muscles to get up, right? So getting out of our beds requires those muscles. Getting out of our chairs or sofas, those muscles are needed. Keep going. And just a reminder, when I'm talking, that's my exhale. I'm expelling breath as I talk. So you remember to keep breathing, please. Two more. Good. Now you can continue another 12 just going straight forward like that. Or if you want to work the obliques a little bit, just a little turn across the midline to reach the shoulder toward the opposite knee. It's up to you. If twisting is something your doctor has told you to avoid, then this is be something you maybe don't want to do, okay? And again, we're doing 2 sets of 12. We're almost done. Last one. Good. Sitting up tall, Couldn't use your hands to support on the chairs. You walk your seat back a little bit so you have a little bit more support under your seat. Okay. And now we're going to be doing a knee flexion. So this is a leg extension. So we'll feel our quadricep muscle engage, and that will connect down into that knee joint and help kind of give it support by strengthening these muscles. So find it by lifting your right foot, sit up tall. You can support with your hands to make sure you reinforce that good posture. And then extend out, and then bring the heel back. Extend out, feel the quadricep when you do that. Don't just rush through the movement. Take your time, using that same resistance you used with your upper body. This is 5, and obviously using the weights, the ankle weights, is giving me more resistance. So it's helping with that. This is 8, 4 more. Good, now we'll switch legs. So again, check in with your posture, pick up the left foot, extend out. Check in with that muscle there. Got 2 more. Good, and let's take it back to the right leg again. So this one I've seen done in some other classes where they do it standing and they just lift the leg in front. And some of my class members have said their physical therapists have shown them to do it that way too. And I think that's when you're healing in your knee and you don't want it, you want to minimize the knee joint movement, but you still want to work that quadricep. That might be a good way to do it instead. But if you really want the effect of getting the knee joint moving and put more of the focus there than on the hip, the seated version is more effective for me. We got 1 more. Let's switch sides. And you can test out my theory and try both and see what you think. See where you feel it more. Good, that was 12. Let's come to standing. We're going to go behind our chairs for the leg curl to work the hamstrings. So opposing muscles. We did the quadriceps, we're going to do the hamstrings. So I'm going to turn my chair sideways again, if I can do that. All right, standing tall. Always standing tall. The chair is within our reach, so we can hold on to it for that support, but we're not putting our weight into our arms. We're using our good core support for our balance and our posture. Let's go ahead and take our right leg, bend at the knee, take the heel toward your seat, and again, take time to mentally connect with the muscle we're working. It's the hamstring, the back of the thigh. Squeeze it. 6, 7, 8, and continue to think about those muscles that support your posture. 10, 11, and 12. Good, and then switch legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Good. And if you're new to doing, let's switch legs. If you're new to doing sail with me, and you're going to do this online with me at home as often as you can, about 3 days a week is what we recommend. I'd love to hear your comments and responses on how it's helping you. I get to hear the stories from my class members, and I've heard everything from, I was able to catch myself with my leg muscles when my grandchild almost tripped me, or just that they've been able to go off meds and all kinds of great stuff. So let's go and switch legs. We want to know our program's working in our community so we can continue to give our best. And one more for good measure because I lost count. And then 12. Good, so that was 2 sets on each leg for that. Next, we are going to do a lateral leg. So this one, working the abductor muscles, also the gluteus medius. So these muscles here to help stabilize our gait, to help with hip pain, to help us walk a little bit better. We don't want to walk like this, little shuffling steps. That's a secret, or that's a recipe for falling. We want toes forward, using the muscles in balance to help us with our best posture, picking up those feet. So let's go ahead and stay on our feet about hip distance apart. That chair hold like we did earlier for our static balance, and then just pushing that left foot out. And try to keep your toes forward. We don't want to roll the toes out because then we focus the energy here. We want to focus the energy here. And you can have a soft bend in your knee. Good. And we'll do the other leg, so I'll just turn around to save time. Stand up tall and just mind your range of motion, just where you feel the squeeze. It doesn't have to be as far as I'm pushing it out. Make sure it's right for your body. One more. Good. Walk it out a little bit and let's turn it around to do it on the other side again. And out. My regular class members know that this is my least favorite because this is my trouble area, the hips. Too much overstretching as a young gymnast, and I'm paying for it now. So I really do believe in that strengthening this hip core area is really helpful for managing pain. 2 more. Good, and switch sides. Again, that same principle of standing up tall, using that psoas to pull yourself upright. Good, and, oh, I feel those. All right, we're gonna be doing a knee lift next. So the knee lift, your left, unless you're right, it's fine. So that left leg supporting, lifting the knee in front, trying to get the thigh close to parallel to the floor to shorten that hip flexor. Notice that upper body's still upright. And switch sides. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And back to hip flexion on the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, we're almost there, 10, 11, 12, and another leg. So notice we're also doing that same movement in a static way, but with some resistance, and we're using weights that we use when we do the big stepping over obstacles. So again, giving yourself that muscle memory to remember you have the strength to pick up your feet. You have it in your core. 2 more. Good. Now, we're going to do hip extension now. So turning to face the chair. Again, using the core to hold you upright. Left leg's going to stabilize this. Right heel pushes back until you feel your glute squeeze. So whatever that range of motion is, So this is going to tighten up the back side, but it's also extending the hip. So hip extension, and keep your abdominals tight, keep your posture good, keep that pelvis stable. Last one. Good, switch legs. So what I mean by pelvis stable, if I was doing this kind of movement, that's not stable. So keep it stable and just push back until you feel the openness, until you feel the squeeze. For 9, 10, 11, and 12. Good, switch legs, left leg supports right leg, back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And once again, switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Now we're going to move into plantar flexion. I'm going to turn to face you so you can see what my feet are doing. We're going to start with our feet parallel, and you can certainly do both sets with your feet parallel if that's what feels best to you, but I'll show you what we do normally in my class. So feet parallel, shift your weight forward a little bit, pick up those heels and drive them up as high as you can, and then slowly, using your plantar flexion, roll back to the feet to center yourself over your heels. So again, 2, 3, I'm only going to do 8 like this. If you're staying parallel, do 12 please, 10 to 12. This is 7. And 8. Now, how we do it, we move into first position, so heels together, toes out, whatever that turnout feels safe for your hips, so that little internal rotation, seat tucked under, spine upright. Do the same thing, lifting and lowering. And the reason I do these is because the calves are a tricep muscle, meaning they have 3 parts, and so they have different connections down and through your ankles and into your feet. So by changing position, you're kind of targeting all those connections and those 3 different muscle parts. And again, if it doesn't feel good to you, don't do it. Just do straight ahead. Good, last one there. Now, the pigeon toe, don't go too far inward, just a little turn of the toes inward. Stabilize that lower back, knees soft, and again, shift weight forward, lift it up and lower it. For 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good. All right, walk that out a little bit. Let's take our weights off for our stretching. So we're going to go ahead and take that weight off. Set it under your chair. Do this carefully. Remember, bending forward with the head. The head weighs a lot. It weighs more than where you bring it forward. So be careful with that. Just gonna make sure things kind of under my chair again. All right, so let's start with a lunge stretch. We're just gonna step straight back with one foot, all your toes forward, hips square, shoulders square, pushing that back heel toward the floor. So this is a side view. Notice my front knee. I can see those toes in front of my knee. I'm not here. Okay, so pushing down into the heel will help your balance and will protect your knee and make this leg hold you while this leg stretches. Okay. On the other side, I'll give you a front view. So let's go ahead and step forward, and I'll step back with my right foot this time. So here's my front view. Feet square with the leg, or with the hips, sorry. If you feel a little wobbly here, you can go slightly wider and feel stable, but let's keep that back heel up, not turned in. Okay, so the toes again are forward. Holding on as needed. step forward. It doesn't have to be one big step. Now we're going to do a stretch for the hamstring. So stepping the right leg back again, shift your weight back. So by shifting your weight back, you're pulling your hip back, your leg will extend, and then just fold down over it. And again, keep that head higher than your heart. If you know you are safe going low and it's something you're used to doing and your doctors never told you not to, feel free. It's your body. But for our safety and for our demonstration, just head higher than the heart, feeling that stretch here. Breathing. Good, we'll come up, bending the knees, switch sides. So again, hip pushes back, leg straightens out, fold down over it. You can rub the back of it if you want. If you're comfortable letting go with both hands, or one hand. Good, step forward and side lunge. So let's just go ahead and lunge it towards. So notice this knee in line with the toes. If I wanted to go deeper, I would take a bigger stance. And make sure that knee is not coming in out of that alignment with the toes. Good, let's switch legs. You can take a little more time with these if you need to. So now we're bending toward the other leg. I like to turn out a little bit, but find where it feels right to you. And if you were to look down, the knee isn't going beyond the toes again. It's behind the toes. Feeling it right here. Good, let's heel to walk it in. And upper body stretches. So I'm going to turn forward again. Upper body stretches. Let's start with the hands, interlace the fingers, push forward, hold it there, sit up tall, don't round the back. Stretch your fingers, wrists, elbows, shoulders. And about 4 deep breaths minimum with these. And up ahead, pushing up, push up and back a little bit, whatever you can do. If your arms aren't straight, that's okay. Just push up, find it where you feel it. And then hands folding, so elbows bending to bring the hands interlaced, palms against the back of your head, pulling the elbows back gently. Feeling that squeeze in your upper back, that stretch through your chest. Good, now just release the interlacing of the hands. Walk the right hand down from the back of your head down to between your shoulder blades if you can. We want to try to stack the elbow over the shoulder. You can hold on to it if you want. Do that however you need to. Just feel a nice stretch through here. If you really worked your triceps, this stretch feels really nice. Good, we'll switch sides so that left hand walks down from the back of the head down to between the shoulder blades or wherever you can reach. Might be behind your neck. And again, breathing. Make sure you're sitting up tall always. Always gives your good posture. Lifting the spine, supporting with abdominals in your back. Good. Bring the arms up, press the hands together, bring them down to heart center and really press together. Find the webbing between the fingers are strong. Equal press into center. Keep holding that, keep that attention on that press, and then let's turn our head side to side. Go your range of motion. And just one more. Good, now we'll nod. Look down at those hands. Look up at the sky. And try not to throw your head back. If you keep the tip of your tongue behind your front teeth, your top front teeth, that'll keep it safe. Good, release the hands away from each other, fist, and fling it out. shake them out. It's not a required thing, it just feels good. Okay, we are done. Please stay safe, please do your exercises, and I hope to see some comments on here that you've been joining me. All right, thank you very much. Have a great day.